Okay, in this video, we're going to look at how your body determines what's supposed to be there and what's not supposed to be there. Or it's going to determine or differentiate between self and non-self. Okay, so how does it do that? Well, we've talked about innate immunity. So, the skin's going to stop everything. Okay. Digestive enzymes treat everything the same way. But when we go into the adaptive immunity or specific immunity, your body needs to determine what is supposed to be there. And if it's not supposed to be there, then it can start a defense process. But first we have to make that delineation between self and non-self. So what we're going to look at right now, how your body determines self and non-self is through receptors on the cell surface, okay? Specifically, these are going to be antigen-presenting cells. So let me write that down. Should we get this? Let me get this. And this is known as APC, okay, antigen-presenting cell. And an antigen-presenting cell are all nucleated cells, okay? So every cell in your body that has a nucleus will have an antigen on its surface that basically says, hey, I belong to this body. Now, an antigen is a string of peptides or a string of, it's a peptide, which is a string of amino acids. It's a small chain, so it's about 3 to 15 amino acids in length. When I say all nucleated cells, again, these are all cells with the nucleus, with the exception of one, which does not have these antigen presenting, which are erythrocytes or red blood cells. Now, what an antigen-presenting cell functions as, what the limitation is, this factors into transplants. Okay, so let's say I was to have a kidney transplant. Well, why can't somebody just take my kidney and put it into anybody else? Well, the antigen on my kidney differs from the antigen on your kidney. And if your body recognizes that difference, it's going to see it as being foreign and will therefore attack the kidney to try to remove it, okay? So this is transplant rejections, and this is why if somebody who's had an organ transplant has to take immune suppressant medication, so there's no rejection. Now, this applies to just about everyone. The closer the match, the better. So, identical twins, not a problem. Then as it goes further away from that, to a complete stranger, antigens are very significantly different. And that's why it's so hard to get organs that meet the criteria for a transplant. But it doesn't apply to red blood cells. So red blood cells don't have this presentation of an antigen, and this is why we can donate blood and we can have blood transfusions. Now, we still have the A antigen and B antigens and the Rh factors that play into this, but we don't have this antigen-presenting cell specifically, okay? So what we're looking at is, how are we presenting that antigen? Okay, so the next thing that we're going to be talking about is something called major histocompatibility complex. So this is major histocompatibility complex, or MCH I. Okay, and there's going to be two subtypes of this. There's going to be MCH I, and then there's going to be MHC II. Okay? We're going to first look at MHC I and how this applies. Okay? So let me scroll down and let's throw in a picture of a cell and show you what's happening here. So here we have a normal cell, okay? And within that cell, you're going to have the various organelles, one of which is called the endoplasmic reticulum, and there's smooth and rough ER. We're going to specifically look at rough ER, okay? And rough ER, if you recall from probably last semester, it produces proteins. So these MHC platforms are constantly being made or constantly being synthesized in the rough ER, okay? And when I say it's a platform, I mean it's a platform because I am going to be putting something on it, okay? And I am going to be putting an antigen on it. So let's draw a endoplasmic reticulum, okay? That's just your endoplasmic reticulum. And we'll do that as the rough ER. And what it's doing is, in order to determine or tell the body that this cell is supposed to be there or it's not supposed to be there, it first puts up something that is part of itself. So these are various peptides, a short string of amino acids, 3 to 15 amino acids in length, and it takes that and it's going to post it on this platform. So let me draw a platform here, put it in green. Okay, so that's a platform. And what it's doing is this is going to actually be pulled, the amino acids, the peptide is going to be taken into the endoplasmic reticulum, and it's going to be posted on that platform. Now, if you recall, one of the things that happens at this point is the rough ER, since it produced the protein, MHC complex, it then will send it to the Golgi apparatus or the Golgi bodies. And the Golgi bodies actually processes it, packages it up, and starts to deliver it, okay? So we're going to skip a few steps. What I'm going to do is I'm trying to do everything in the same color so they all kind of match. So the plasma membrane is black. We've got this here, which is black. That is the same material, okay? And what at this point, the MHC I, which is this platform, is then placed into the Golgi body, okay, where it's packaged up, and from there, so this is the Golgi, and from there, what we are going to do is send it to the plasma membrane. So we're going to send it out here, and actually, when this membrane, it's a vesicle, when this vesicle merges with or fuses with the plasma membrane just becomes part of it, and then we're going to have a platform that looks like this with something presenting on its surface, okay? So what this is saying, and this is an MHC I, what this is saying to all the cells that are passing by, your B and T cells, when we get into that, we'll talk more specifics on what it's doing with this. But when the B and T cells come by, it looks at this and it says, oh, okay, you are supposed to be here. So think of going to a concert and you're wearing, they give you a badge to wear. So like if you're going to go backstage, they give you the badge. And what that badge identifies you as is, or tells the security, it's okay for you to be there. So this is their little badge telling the security, B cells and T cells, that it's okay, you're supposed to be part of this organism. You've got the right to be here. It's when we post an abnormal antigen or an infected cell, then your body says, okay, there's something wrong with you, you're not supposed to be here, and we're going to kill you. Okay, so that's what we're looking at on here. The next one, we're going to show you what happens when you have an infected cell. So this could be a cold virus or something else, or a tumor, and this is what your body's going to look at in order to determine if it's going to be destroyed. So the next video, we're going to look at that one.